Hello everybody, this is GarethCahoonSpeaks back here with another video. I'm sure above my head you can see Netherlands Liberation Day, because on the 5th of May, 15 days before my birthday, the concentration camps, well at least some of the concentration camps were liberated. But mind you, they were liberated, but certainly not fully, and the Nazis still killed, maimed, burned, blistered, bloodied, beaten, berated the Jewish people because of one reason and one reason only: the fact that they were born Jewish. Now, I'm not a Jew, but I am grafted into the Jewish covenant through my father, Abraham, because everyone who comes to the knowledge of the glory of the Lord as the waters cover the sea is a son and a daughter of Abraham. It's called the Abrahamic covenant, and it's an everlasting covenant that was never done away with. Even though the Jews sometimes didn't listen to Yahweh, and in fact went several different ways rather than towards him and his throne, and did everything that God said not to do, yet his love for them still burned strong, and it never wavered, even though they did. He was always faithful. And why this means so much to me is because if he was faithful to the Jewish part of the olive tree, then I can have faith that he will have and remember the branches, because we are the branches, the Jewish people are the root. All sustenance, as you know, travels from the root and brings nourishment to the whole tree. We are the branches, and if some of those branches were broken off, and you being a wild olive were grafted in among them, part of the covenant. So we are all sons and daughters of Abraham by faith in the Jewish Messiah, Yeshua HaMashiach. Tomorrow, as some will know and some may not, is the day the camps of Germany, some of them in Germany, Netherlands, and other places were liberated. But it took a long time after that, and there was still a lot of torture and killing went on after the fact, because they were trying to hide what they did. And it just shows the negligence of the Red Cross, because the Red Cross came in and seen a town that had musicians, it had merry-go-rounds, it had swimming pools that were supposed to be for the Jewish people to use, but all of it was a lie. It was all smoke and mirrors to hide the fact that they were killing and maiming millions, in fact, tens of millions of Jews. Now, as much as Hitler wanted to wipe the Jewish people off the face of the earth, Today, there is more than 15.7 million Jewish people in the world. So tell all the anti-Semites, all the Jew haters, all the anti-Zion agitators that Israel lives. And because Israel lives, we will face tomorrow. Because he lives, all fear is gone. Because we know who holds the future. And life is worth the living just because he lives. I started a website a couple of years ago now because anti-Semitism hasn't went away. In fact, it's only gotten more pervasive as the years have went by. I will stand with the Jewish people in Israel because it's the only moral thing to do. Yes, you can argue with the tactics that Israel is using to vanquish Hamas. And let me just say, Israel has no beef with the Palestinians. It is the terrorists that embed themselves in every facet of Palestinian life. In every home, there's a picture of Hamas, that every home has a photo of Hitler on the wall. So that there's so much going on in Gaza that the world will never see. But you can argue with the tactics Israel is using, but it's more important to remember Yahweh, who is the God of Israel, will always stand with them. He gave them promises that were everlasting. Even though they broke the covenant with him on several occasions, he never broke his covenant with them. And that is the best news we will hear today. Why, you may ask? Because if Yahweh keeps his covenant with the Jews, he will keep it with you. My website is www.GarethCahoon.co.uk. If I could implore you all to lift up a prayer tomorrow for all the Holocaust victims who are still alive after all this time has passed. Also have a thought for those who didn't make it through. The 5th of May was Liberation Day, but it took another few months before the true horror was shown to the world. Please spare a thought for the family of Yaakov, who later became Israel, and what they have endured over the years. I have put some videos of Holocaust survivors on my website. Please spare some time to have a look. Also, there's a series on Atlantic called The Tattooist of Auschwitz, and I think that it will portray everything to you and bring it home, just what the Jewish people went through. And not just the Jewish people, but the gypsies, the gays, the disabled. They all had their part to play in the overall story of the Holocaust. It's also important to remember our service people who didn't make it home because they were doing God's work in liberating those camps. We brought the Jews into our borders because of the plight and the horror that happened to them. Please, please, please don't start and hate the Jewish people, because they're a part of us now, because we've got their blood mingled with our blood. There's no difference in them and us. We are all the same. We all bleed together, and we all bleed red. Shalom, Maranatha, and hallelujah.